Cut for sound? Oh, word. Yeah, none of that was recording. None of it was recording.
Okay.
All the audio just started recording now.
You literally said it's recording.
It was. It stopped. There was a notification on the laptop.
And that just stops the recording?
Just stopped it.
Okay.
And I feel sweat beating on down the back of my neck.
All right, well, so welcome to...
Yeah, welcome.
To Cut for Sound.
Depending on if this is the first time the recording worked or not. Because, like, maybe there's a welcome in the beginning. Whatever. We started recording and then it stopped recording and now we're recording again.
Yeah.
I don't really... Now, I'm not redoing those bullet points. So, whoever...
Happy birthday, Nitz. Pete was supposed to be our first guest.
Yeah, welcome, Pete.
He
Thanks.
bailed out.
He's not here?
He'd rather skateboard.
Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, there was some funny shit going on we were talking about. But anyway, we'll skip over all that. We're in the episode. It's going now. Probably we could just roll right into the next bullet point.
Well, we can stick with the tattoo on.
Yeah, so the tattoo convention was this week, which we announced at the end of the episode that we didn't release yet because of the tattoo convention.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you feel it went for you as an artist?
For me as an artist, I just literally, I think it was overall a good convention. I enjoyed. I can't say whether it was good or not. I don't know, but I enjoyed the convention. I didn't necessarily. Well, for me, it was the convention of like fucking like mending relationships or something, or like some sort of like.
Wait, the gods had a hand in some of the booth layouts this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got put right next to somebody that I didn't think I would get put right next to, and then it ended up being good, in a way where just
maybe the universe
you
was,
just let shit go. You know, you just gotta let shit go.
I'm pretty sure he mended some things. The same person, I think, who we were talking about, mended some things with some other people too. So I mean, that's good, healthy growth.
And then even with Rob, I haven't talked to him in like a year and a half.
Oh, Wob? I didn't know you guys weren't.
I haven't talked to him in a year and a half.
Just haven't really spoke. Yeah.
Just haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he came up to me and we talked, and then we ended up hanging out that night. And
I love Rob.
Rob is a good dude.
I think he's got like a kind soul. I think he's like sensitive. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Personally, I felt like, so I try to look, so you know how crazy I am, and anything that I'm going to give my opinion on, which I'll give it whether you ask for it or not.
Yeah.
But when I give my opinion, it's well thought out, right? Like I'm not just giving you, I like to give supporting reasons. And so I have like criteria I come up with. Like what makes a good show for me, right? Obviously, as a whole, you leave feeling how you feel and you know that you feel that way. So then I got to reverse engineer and break down why did I like it or not like it. I did like the show. I thought it was a good show. I had a good time. I enjoyed myself. I got to do one piece over 3 days, but I didn't work on it for the entire day each day. I did like a little 3-hour bite, and then my client,
bitched up.
No, I wouldn't say that. He's my guy. And it's painful on the front.
It is.
It's very painful on the front. I will say, like, when you got 3 days, there's no need to be a hero and get a 12-hour piece done in one day when you could do 3-4 hour days.
Yeah.
If it's more tolerable for the client, it's a very sensitive spot.
Sure, but that's not ideal for you or him.
But here's the thing. If you take a 12-hour piece and you take 30 hours on it, it's going to look a lot better. You take a 12-hour piece and make it take 30 hours because you're getting everything and you're taking your time and you're making it perfect. It's going to look a lot better than a 12-hour piece.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying if I took 30 hours on it, it would be a whole different kind of tattoo.
Right.
But when you're doing it in 12, you do what you can. Like, I mean, I know I gave it 100%.
Oh, because you had to do it in 12.
I gave it 100%. Right. I could have done it. I could have taken longer. I'm not saying that the tattoos any less. It's an amazing, good quality. I'm happy with it. I really was. But when the client's got to sit, they got to sit. If they can't sit for 10 hours, why are you going to try to torture them when you could split it up? So we did that. Obviously, I would have loved to do something that I could put in a competition, but we didn't. It's fine.
Yeah, that was a little weird anyways.
We'll get into that. I do want to get into that. But before we do, I want to say, I like to look at the experience through the lens of someone who's not a tattooer as well, right? Like if I walked into the show and I went up and down each aisle, this year specifically for Wildwood was very light on vendors, like things that aren't just tattooers. That.
I had to search for.
There wasn't a lot of merchandise, shirts, and cool. I remember the one Apothecary or whatever. They had dead animals in jars, cool, weird, obscure shit that you find at a tattoo show, right? There wasn't a ton of that at this specific venue this year. I mean, they did have the Australian guy with the glass dicks.
I heard all about the glass dicks. I didn't get up and see anything.
They had dick bowls.
I was. From start to finish, the time I got there, the time I would leave, I was hunkered down. Yeah,
you were battened down even.
Yeah.
I thought that there was a lot of people and a lot of people were getting tattooed and it was a good vibe,
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. And here's something I didn't think of. Like you just said, you didn't get to check anything out because you were hustling the whole time. Mm-hmm. I would do 4 hours of work and then eat something and then I could check out the show and maybe take a walk up if I want, stuff like that. It's a different experience. I did enjoy it. I'd rather grind really hard for 2 days and then not do shit on Sunday and leave early. Just come in, check it out, and leave. I'd rather do that.
Right.
But you did say something about the competition, though. I wanted to hear where you were going with that.
I just feel because there's I guess 2 views on it. Well, just on what I'm about to say. So the judging, and I don't care in terms of, I don't feel slighted in any way.
Right.
I feel my tattoo was exactly where it should have been. There was there was a lot of really good, really, really, really good tattoos. I just feel I feel like that was thrown together. Some of the judging.
I want to make a comment.
But then again, I said this, someone had said that to me, and I'm not the guy that picks stuff apart, really. So when they said that to me, I was like, well, do you know what a good tattoo looks like? And they were like, yeah. I was like, well, and they're not a tattoo artist. I was like, so, but you still don't. They still don't. But the person I was talking to about it, because they had came up to me and said, how is blah, 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 and judging. And I was like, well, I don't know. I don't know how they picked that. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of really good artists there. And maybe they couldn't judge because they were entering the competition. And the artists that did judge were good artists. But some of them aren't artists. Some of them are
I want to weigh in.
I don't know how I feel about it because I really don't care at the end of the day. But
I had this conversation.
It just felt like that was a shotgun play.
Here's my thoughts.
You have a whole fucking year to figure out who's going to be judging.
All right. Let's break down the criteria.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's break down the criteria because I already had this conversation with someone and I came to a realization. I felt the same way. No matter what, if you take an artist and you put an artist on stage and have them judge other people's tattoos, it's good for let's do pros and cons, right? It's good for some reasons because you understand what it takes to make a tattoo look a certain way because you do it every day. You know what's hard and what's not to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. But
it's biased too. But that's going to be biased on anybody.
Take a guy like me. I have no clue. I know what a good color tattoo looks like. I don't know what it takes to do certain things. I know black and gray.
Right.
And I am going to be going off my personal experience when I'm judging something and say, wow, look at that amazing piece that's in black and gray. I am definitely going to appreciate that final product.
Yeah.
Not over a well-done color tattoo. I'm just going to be more interested in it, which is going to create a bias.
Experience.
It's going to create a bias, right? So Number one. Number two, do you still need that? Okay. Number two. You take any artist that's going to lean one way or another. That's fine. You put them up there. They're going to subconsciously, it's not even intentional. They're going to lean a certain way. But as an artist, who am I trying to tattoo? Clients, right? I want clients to come to me. And why would a client pick me to tattoo them? Because they're going to look at what I do and think that looks good. I want that artist to do it. Most of them don't do art. Most of my clients aren't artists, right. But they pick me. At the end of the day, the final judge should be people who don't know shit about how to make a good tattoo, because they're going to be the people who are the average. They're going to be the mean, the most people category.
Right.
And if they all agree, most people agree that yours is the best looking tattoo, there's a reason for that. We as artists don't understand what catches someone's eye that doesn't do art. But you know what catches your eye. Something that's hard for you to do, something you would like to create more.
Right.
But the general consumer doesn't know why it looks good to them, but they do. They think
then you got line drawings, tattoos.
But what it comes down to,
patchwork.
No, let me finish. What it comes down to is there's some transient things that you can't explain with words that are happening in a good tattoo that catches the random guy's eye. Yeah. Composition wise, contrast and color choice, the way that it reads on the skin. I mean, there's a lot of things that the average idiot is recognizing. They just don't know how to put words to it because they don't do art. So I don't have a problem with a tattoo enthusiast / collector being a judge. I don't. I think it's actually almost better.
I like that.
So you get a few guys up there that don't do tattoos that are judging. Here's my issue with this year's competition wasn't that 4 out of 5 were color tattoos on the final stage. That wasn't my issue. It's that the one black and gray piece that got picked was not the best black and gray piece.
Yeah, there was some heat up there.
There was 4 or 5 black and gray pieces that blew the piece out of the water that was in the top 5. And my problem is, okay, you all universally agreed that one should be in the conversation. But if you're going to have 4 color tattoos on the stage and 1 black and gray piece, that black and gray piece better be the best black and gray piece out of the bunch. And it wasn't. That little calf piece was not the best. I'm sorry. I know that for a fact, though. It wasn't. I could name 3 or 4 that were better that I saw come off that stage. Yours being one of them.
Yeah, but I don't even care.
I'm not saying that to jog your fucking balls.
No, I know that, but I don't. This isn't about that at all for me, and I know that's not what your point was either. But because I saw shit that I thought, that's got me. There were all the ones that were up there, I felt like they're all really good pieces. I just felt like it's not even that that one best of show. It was some of the other ones, and I was just like,
yeah. I
was like, what the fuck?
Sometimes I think maybe people
and I don't want anybody to be offended that chose to be.
I think people pick their friends.
I don't even know. I don't even. Yeah, I'm sure that
not every judge is going to do it, but
how everything's judged.
Well, the system should be. Or I mean, I'm
talk about that because that is fucking bonkers.
So look, I've never been a judge at a Villain Arts show, but I've talked to guys who have judged there, and also I've talked to people that have judged at other shows, right? So
that's like political.
Wait, let's talk about the Motor City show. That's an amazing tattoo convention. It's invite only. Yeah, we've done that show. You and I have done it together. We've done it separate. It's a good show. Filled with some of the world's best tattooers. Actually, shout out my man Dan Gutierrez, Dangzito Pueblo. My man, he did my front panel there last year. He did it in 3 days. So
He's a beast.
So I have no sympathy for people who can't sit because I sit 30 hours. I don't care.
That's why I'm like,
yeah.
Well, how are you saying that bullshit earlier?
He tattooed my nipples and my belly button and my ribs, and I just sat like a champ, right? And it won best in show. Now, when I went up to get judged, I went up with my piece, and the tattoo artist panel that was judging were all amazing artists. from different genres. You got a black and gray
That's
guy.
what the
You got
fuck I'm saying.
okay, but all right. But let me just paint the picture, because those guys judge a different way than the villain arts judges judge. So each one of them, as the piece comes up, they get a slip with a number, because you're entering your number tattoo. So nobody knows who the artist is.
So you're number 30. They get a slip that says number 30.
Right. And each of them, I don't know what the categories are, whether it's composition or application or layout. There's different stuff on there. They give a number score 1 through 10.
Right.
They write it down on the slip as the piece comes past them, and they stop, they look, and then they write down their numbers. Each one of them then takes their little piece of paper and passes it down to the end to be tallied. And each piece gets tallied that same way. And then whoever has the highest number wins. Period. Right? So I think that's a more concrete way of judging something. These guys at the Villain Arts show, they each make a note of the number of the entry that they liked a lot. And they move them around. Oh, this piece at the top, this piece, but whatever. They'll do that. Then at the very end, after everyone's come up, they compare notes. They'll say, oh, well, I had these
That's
three.
the bullshit.
And then if, let's just say Joe Schmo, judge number 1, has 5 pieces that are in his top 5. And this other person has 5 different pieces, but one of them is also a crossover. Okay, now that's definitely in the conversation. All the other ones, if they're not in the other judges' top 5, they don't. So it's not a perfect system to judge. I don't flaw the judges for that. It's the system.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they all have to have this conversation and agree with each other about what wins. I don't agree with their system.
No.
It's not scientific. You know how me and you feel, you and I.
Yeah.
So I mean, I got some gripes with it, but in the end, there's a piece of it that's biased. You know, do you know the person that did the tattoo? Like, there's room for that, and I don't love it.
Yeah, I don't. It wasn't even that for me. Like, do you know?
Well, listen, you slave away for 3 days on a tattoo.
Yeah, I don't want anything because of that, and I don't even. This isn't about that. Like, for me, I don't think I should have won. I don't even think I should have got top 5, and I didn't, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Everything I saw was better than what I did, I think, but I just don't think the people. And see, this is where you think the general public should judge. I don't. I don't think they're qualified to judge. The general public, not the people that were there. Some of the people that were up there throughout the day, not just any one thing, I don't think were qualified at all. I don't think personally, and I love the person who I'm going to say, but I don't think a fucking apprentice should be a tattoo judge. That's fucking ridiculous.
So you know what's funny is that
that's more ridiculous than a fucking a collector.
Listen to me, that wasn't the first person they asked. They asked 3 other people before they landed on that. They didn't have anyone willing to judge.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't want that person to be upset with me. Like, I don't care really.
And
but
that person specifically didn't want to do it.
I'm sure. Like, that's what I'm saying, though. You can't figure this out ahead of time?
As the convention promoters, you mean?
You have a whole fucking year till next year. There's a lot of really good art. There was so many really good artists there.
Personally, knowing the person that you're referencing, they're qualified to judge. I do think.
How?
I think that person.
They've never done anything like that.
To judge? They know what a good tattoo looks like and what it doesn't. I know them.
Yeah, so does fucking Joe Blow. I'm just saying that they have,
and they didn't judge Best in Show either.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. This isn't about Best in Show. It's not even about that person doing it or any of the people that were doing it.
They're saying the person who asked
management or whoever.
Yeah. They had to ask Fran to do it. They asked Fran to judge. He said,
but why are they asking?
Why don't they? Well, who are they going to ask?
Any of the fucking 800 artists that are there.
They asked Callie.
Yeah, Callie's been around the block a little bit, but
well, I do think there could be some more preparation, some more.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mike is Mike wasn't there the last
He
time.
left. He had to go.
Mike could be a fucking judge.
Mike usually does judge, but I don't
fucking-
love when he judges because that's a conflict of interest for like he knows what I'm working on all weekend. I can't put my shit in the fucking competition at that point. If he picks me, it looks bad because I work for him. If he doesn't pick me, you know, like
Right.
it's because my piece sucks.
I
No.
guess it's just not everybody's available to judge.
Well, you could lock up.
Imagine me
judges
sending
as their-
fucking Tristan up there to judge tattoos.
Yeah.
He's great. He's a very naturally.
Well, how many
gifted
hours does he
fucking-
have in his apprenticeship? Because the person you're talking about is done the apprenticeship part, just didn't fucking finish the log. Like it's a professional tattooer. It's just not finished with the paperwork side. It's not like
I'm
a
not
fresh-
getting into that anymore because
Yeah.
I like that person and there's nothing against that person or any of the actual people that judge.
Yeah.
I just think that to be fucking slingshotted together like that is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because some of the people didn't know till that day.
No, it was
Or maybe
like
all
an
of them. I
hour.
don't know. That's what I'm saying.
An hour before.
The fuck is that?
An hour before. All right, wait. There's more.
I feel like this is gonna get us in trouble.
Nah, this is fine because we don't have that many listeners. No, it's fine. And Nia is a listener, so
I love you,
just
Nia.
to be clear,
it is not against. It's a lack of the preparation.
She said no, and she didn't want to do it. And I said, I believe in you. I think you got the eye, and I do. I'm standing by that. I think out of everyone up there,
You don't
Kev,
need.
No,
it's
but
not
of
an
the other
eye thing.
Of the other people up there, I do believe she's more qualified than Johnny B to be saying what should or shouldn't win. She knows what's hard, what's not hard, what takes skill, what doesn't. I think she's way more qualified than Johnny B. And I love Johnny B. But, you know, he's like a moth. He sees something bright and shiny and he goes floating over to it and he doesn't really know if it's good or not. He's just like,
He's getting
did you-"
zapped.
Sometimes he'll come up. Yeah, I love Johnny, but he'll be seeing some shit and be like, oh my God, did you see that? And I'll go look at it. I'm like, that's not that good. It's
You're
just
right.
a couple fucking parlor tricks that caught your eye. You don't actually see what's hard. Nia knows what's hard. She knows what's takes skill
this isn't
to
about
accomplish.
Nia.
I know it's not. I'm just kicking up for my girl. Number one. Number two, I know you're not kicking down at her. It's not her
Fuck
fault.
no.
No, I know. What this
Not
is
at
more
all.
a shot at is the people who quarterback take it serious, man. If you're gonna have a competition, you're
If
charging
you're gonna
people.
charge me
You're
to
charging people to
fucking
enter
charge
it.
someone to enter it,
Take it serious. I agree with you.
because let me just say this. All right, you got
Yeah.
fucking. Let's just say there's 20 people that entered the competition.
Yeah.
That's $200
Yeah.
just for one line. And I know some lines had less and some lines had a lot more.
I'm not gonna be critical. I don't want to just be but I'm gonna be a little critical with you here. Not with you. About the show.
Yeah.
Kev, this year, when the health department came around, they're breaking my balls about needing to have sanitizer, which, okay, fine. But that's always provided by the promoters.
And water.
Or you got to have a hand washing station. So when the health department tells me I have to go buy hand sanitizer from a purveyor that works there, and they're price gouging me $24 for a fucking 8-ounce bottle of hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
So you always get distilled water, one roll of paper towels, a Sharps container, and a hand sanitizer, and a trash bag.
I don't think
We didn't even get all the shit this year. Like
water.
the front hallway
water.
display usually is loaded up with those big wooden paintings, all kinds of shit.
Oh, yeah.
There was this year felt lackadaisical. Like there wasn't a ton of effort or quality. I don't know what you want to call it. So somebody got lazy with
Somebody
things.
wasn't on point or didn't give a fuck.
They're too busy doing 1 million shows a year. How can you give attention to detail at all of them when your trucks aren't even, you know what I mean? This is not a shot at Mike and Cindy. This is a shot,
Right.
it's their partner. And the show is still great and all that, but it's very stripped down, very watered down. It doesn't feel like when you do Detroit.
They
or
didn't
New
even
Mexico.
have Coral.
Yeah, he's in Michigan.
I meant to ask that. Where's fucking Red Coral?
The guy on the mic this year felt like he was...
That's his name, right? Coral.
Yeah, Coral.
Coral.
With the
I
red...
fuck with Coral. Red
Yeah.
shoes, red shirt, red beard.
The red
well,
fucking
whatever,
anthrax
the
soul
goatee.
patch. Yeah. No, this year felt a little different. It did. And that's why I like started that conversation. How
Yeah,
was
fucking, what the fuck's that dude's name? Captain.
Captain and Maybell? You better check your camera. Is it still recording? Give it a little off and on.
Shut off.
Did you? Yeah, better. Oh, you don't have to get up. Can you do it from there?
No, because it takes a picture. It doesn't.
Oh, I'll do it. Hold on. Keep talking, Kev. Talk to the people. Tell them something. Do an advertisement for your new shop. Something.
Hey. No, we're back in action, right?
Now we don't have to edit that part out. Now we can just keep rolling.
Keep rolling. Come on.
Was that some Limp Biscuit?
That was Limp Dick.
Yeah, Limp Dick. You want to tap?
Tap Mac.
Wait.
Let me tap Mac real quick.
How good does it feel to not have to clean up the convention on Sunday? I'm just curious because I've never known that feeling.
For me?
Yeah. How's it feel when you're walking out and you guys can make jokes as I'm cleaning tables?
I fucking love it. And I don't like busting balls too. Well, I do.
You
but
break beans.
yeah, I'll literally smash them. But it didn't feel good that it was you.
Yeah, but you still made that joke.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this, and I'm so surprised you didn't do this. Pete paid someone or tattooed someone so he didn't have to do it. That's a power move.
You can only get that off 1 year.
Why?
Your first year. Think about it. If you're going to keep working for Mike and Cindy, you're not getting that off 2 years in a row.
I didn't make it.
You're never getting that off. He's surprised.
He doesn't know Johnny B is going to go and tell.
He's surprised, came around the side with that. So he did one of those, planned it out ahead, waited till the very last minute. When cleanup came along,
That's guerrilla warfare.
he was like, I've been busy all week. I tattooed AJ for free, so I paid him to clean up for me, and then he dipped.
You know what I don't understand though? Is what the fuck's it matter? It's just a body. Pete's no better at breaking down pipe and drape.
In the past, if I've ever gotten extra help, which I've always done every year, I always get a bunch of people to help. It's not like it relieves me of my duty. It's like added help. They've never looked at it like, and I don't mind, Kev. You know, we get a free booth, but I just look so forward to that day that I don't have to do that breakdown and cleanup.
Yeah.
I want to leave Sunday at 5. I don't want to be there until 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. Doing that,
Well, other people got a free booth that didn't have to do that.
Yeah, they're choice people. They suck as balls. Honestly, I'm not going to be disrespectful. Whatever. I don't know how I feel about Troy.
He looked miserable up there judging. I'll say that. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe
I'm sure he's a nice guy. I don't love his events.
No, I've talked to him like once, but I don't want to just
don't love his events. But whatever. Yeah, cleaning up sucks. But I do want to say, wait, let's segue a little bit. I did something cool and Mike Hughes' mind was blown.
What'd you do?
So one time I was over at Fran's playing pool.
One time?
Well, I'm going to tell you the whole story. I'm going to start back in time. Okay. We were playing pool at Fran's on his pool table. And sometimes I like to act like I know something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Just because if it does happen, I'm that dude.
You're that dude, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, "Why? I'm gonna show you fucking guys something, right?" And I take the pool stick and I do this crazy shot, and it goes in. Did you just stop your camera?
No.
What'd you do?
It disconnected, but it might still be running.
Let me look. Hold on. I'll get back to the pool story. Just stay right there. Keep talking.
That
Still recording.
Yeah. We're good.
All right, it's still recording, Kev. Don't trip. So I hit this pool shot, and it like ricocheted one ball off another, and it hit 2 balls in at once. In the pool, and then the cue ball came back perfectly to this other spot
For another ball.
Yeah, and I was like, and I like really like
played that
like rizzy as hell, just kind of turned to the side, like like I meant to do it.
Yeah.
Which low key, I kind of like wanted to do something like that.
Sure,
but I just sent it. Like I was like, sent it right. So the very next shot, I do something again, like, and I do something again, and it knocks in like 2 more of my ball.
Oh my god!
But I like fucked up my thumb on the bottom of the table. I had this big cut. But I was like, you know, I mean, and this is true, actually. I'm not going to act like this wasn't going on, but I was telling Mikey how, like, I visioned it first. Like, I saw it happening first and then, like, believed it and just was real confident and did it. And, like, if you miss, so what? But if you want it to happen, you think of it that way, right? And his mind was blown. And actually, Pete was there, too. And Pete was like, dude, that actually was so crazy that you just did that, right? Like, he saw it, too. So afterwards, I was like, I had that conversation with Mike. So last night, we're cleaning up the convention. And there's, like... You know when all the posts are gone, there's like trash everywhere. And so there's like boxes, just small cardboard boxes that people use for trash can. They're like far away a little bit. And Mikey's walking behind me. I see like a 3/4 of the way full distilled water jug. So I just reached down, grabbed the jug, and without hesitation, just threw it straight up into the air. And Mikey's like, whoa, that's going to explode everywhere as it's in the air. And then it comes down, lands right in this box. And I turned to him like, no, it's not. Like all rizzy and shit, right? Like mad confident. And then like two dudes in the back, like were like, oh my God, nice shot. Like
that's wild.
Yeah.
But if it didn't make it.
But I did like a no look, just like whipped it in the air and then like looked away. And then I looked back as it landed in the can. And then I turned to Mikey like I meant to do that. Right. So he's like, what the heck? He's like, did you know it was going to go in there? I was like,
I fucking love Mike.
So I look him square in his eyes, Kev. I'm like, it wouldn't have went in there if I didn't know it was going to go in there. I was like, I was like, Mike, I saw it first, then I did it. I envisioned it first. Then I went back. I brought him back mentally too. I was like, you remember the pool table?
Now he believes.
And then I was
so now like, you have like compounded fucking belief.
I got credibility with him, right? So then the other thing is, I was like, Tiger Woods sees his shots before they go in the hole every time. You know that, right? Like I went into it with him again, right? And
just building and reinforcing
the visualization technique. But it is true. I'm not trying to devalue it, but it's just so funny how it blows his mind. Like,
I love him for that.
Yeah.
Kind of shit.
The more I sell it, because now that he's so entrenched in the belief, I could look at him and be like, Mike, keep it up and I'll make your tires go flat. And he'll be like, oh shit.
Like, all right. Like you got them. Like you're mad.
Yeah. So now that I got him like fully entrenched in the belief.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun.
That's fucking great.
Isn't that fun? Are you cool to segue to the next one?
Yeah.
Did you have more? You just love not cleaning up. What was your least favorite? When you used to have to clean, what was your least favorite thing?
Touching the cloth.
You didn't wear gloves?
I did.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. Max Pizza was my least favorite part about it.
Yeah, they get Max because it's close.
Yeah, I'm a Sam's guy.
I'm a Sam's guy too.
And
no, but you remember the tasks. I mean, before you actually tattooed,
I've done it like 2 or 3 years.
Right. So you remember the system, right?
It sucks. And then you got the Troy's guys fucking
dogging it,
fucking, and half of them are missing.
Yeah, they all stink. They don't shower.
Well, they just go from show to show and just. I think they fuck each other in the ass.
They definitely fuck each other.
Yeah.
They got they're like carnies. They like little incest babies running around and shit.
It's like a human centipede of ass fucking.
Of ass fucking.
It's like an assembly line.
An ass assembly line. They fuck each other. They definitely do. They all got.
I remember I pulled up the van, the gate on the box truck the one time.
Yeah, and they were
all in there fucking.
They just live in there. They live in the back of the truck. The whole time the convention's going on, they're in the back of the truck sweating, just eating fucking Crustables. Just sweating, eating Crustables, drinking fucking their own
Uncrustables.
Uncrustables. Yeah.
That's horrible.
Crazy.
That's fucking horrible.
No, they always look so sweaty. All the guys that work for him are like crusty and sweaty.
One thing I'm not into.
They look like South Street.
If South Street was half of them just wear nothing but overalls.
That's all they got on.
Just overalls.
That's all they own. They're like bridge people.
Overalls and like blown out lugs.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a whole, like, when you do a tattoo convention, right? There's this whole group of people, and it's a group. They might even be the majority, but there's like this group of people that it's like a stereotypical tattoo people group, and I hate them.
Oh, I don't.
Right? Like they were like the nerds in school, and now they're like the majority, so they think they're the cool kids, but they're still not the cool kids. But they're like, you know, they all got like crazy fucking army boots on, and they stink, and they're not good tattooers, but they just think they're the best, and it's.
I saw a couple people.
I don't have a problem with Doc Martens specifically, but it's the way these people are. It's like this stereotype.
I was walking into the convention on maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday, but I think it was Saturday. And I see a guy that looked like Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, we were calling him Machine Gun Kelly all weekend. Yeah, I know. He looked
him
just like
and his girl.
Yep.
She looked like Machine Gun Kelly too.
Yeah, they both look just like Machine Gun Kelly. This is crazy.
So as I'm walking in, I see him, and he's got like the chokers on, and
stereotype,
crazy like piercing, like not crazy, but like a lot of them, and his hair was like in this perfect Machine Gun Kelly type way. And his whole outfit down to his shoes and everything. And I sat there as I walked by, and I said, "How fucking long did it take?" It's a costume at that point. It ain't even a fit. It's a costume. Or like, I know you don't wake up like that.
Right. It takes work to be.
You can't.
No, a lot of them are wearing costumes. That's what it feels like. Cosplay, like tattoo culture cosplay or something. It can't be genuine. They don't walk around every day like that.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, so what the fuck?
Like fucking like Mohawk guy. Now he's a great tattooer, but his Mohawk's retarded. Like it's ridiculous. Like I know you ain't supposed to say that, but I'm saying it. Like he looks stupid. Don't wear that. I don't know.
Braid it. Do this one big cornrow down the fucking.
Just wear a hat, bro. Just put your hat.
Cut it. Just snip it.
I mean, I'm not trying to sound like, you know, people can't be who they want to be, but make better choices. Be who you want to be, but want to be somebody better than that.
Be what I want you to be.
Because honestly, they should have put me as a judge because I love judging. I'll judge everyone, Kev.
I would have judged.
There was some real fat and sloppies.
Because I was working, but.
No, I'm not judging the art. I'm judging the people.
Oh, you want to have a competition?
I'll pick, like tattoo people, best of show. How about the normal people that wear normal shit? Like, I'll just be normal. That's good.
Oh, I don't think you wear normal shit. You're not wearing Levi's and a fucking.
Is Levi's normal though? I don't know. I think more of the cringers wear Levi. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you're not. You wear like designer shit.
Is that bad?
No,
I don't know.
No, I don't think it is. Whatever. But I don't think everybody's rolling around with a $300 hat.
Okay, you got a Gucci hat on right now.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I'm not bitching about it though.
Okay. I'm not bitching that their clothes aren't expensive, Kev. I'm bitching that they make you feel like you're not part of. They're trying to reverse their high school experience on the regular people.
We're not tattoo cultured.
Yeah. My ears aren't gauged, so.
You know what? Speaking of this, there's a guy, and I don't like him much.
Okay, let's hear his name.
I don't want to say his name because that's how much I don't like him.
All right, off the record. Okay, off the record. We'll get it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
He like prides himself on not showering, wearing overalls, and not washing them, and making a tattoo painful.
Oh, is he fat?
Yeah, and
I
tall.
know he is. Yeah, he's disgusting.
And
why should it? It's not a rite of passage if it's painful. Make it heal good. If it doesn't hurt, even better.
Yeah, but that's kind of like that thing you were talking about.
It's probably healing like shit. It's an old school mentality.
But you're not even old school.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
If Mike was that way, who the fuck's going to tell him what to do? If someone with 20 years experience is doing that, who the fuck's going to tell him what to do? But to want to be like that, to decide to be like that.
Well, there is some weird mentalities in the tattoo industry. I remember I went with Pete and Fran and Johnny B to the Atlantic City convention, which it's a little shitty convention. Actually, fuck that show. I'll never work it. It was kind of a shitty little show. Mm-hmm. But we went because it's in a casino. We were like, throw some money in the machines while we're there or whatever. We go in and we say hi to some people that we know. One of them is not an old school tattooer. He's been tattooing long enough, though, at least a decade. He's fast. He does good traditional work, right? He's a good artist. But he like prides himself on, you don't have to make an appointment with me. You can just walk right in. And I think that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm quick and efficient. I'll draw right on. I'll do a good job. Nothing wrong with any of that. The style of tattooing that he does lends itself well. But then he started talking to me and wanted to talk almost like down his nose at me because I'm a black and gray and I do hourly. And I was like, oh, I got a double tomorrow. He asked like what we were doing after. Like, I got a double tomorrow. He's like, oh, 2 tattoos tomorrow? What's that? Like the most you ever done? And I'm like, they take like 8 hours each. So like, what are you trying to say? I'm still working 16-hour days. Like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah.
He's like, what's a double? I'm like, 2 appointments. What do you mean? There's nothing wrong with me saying that. Like, and it's like, I could fucking do what you do. I could do that. I might not draw them from scratch, but if you give me a flash sheet, like all of you do, like, hold on. I had to click. I could do what they do. Like a lot of the traditional guys just copy fucking somebody else's flash. They change a few things and make it their own.
Right.
Now, Pete doesn't do that. Pete makes his own shit, which is great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He's
but
not here today.
Right.
Which is gay.
That's crazy that he's not here. Yeah. But this dude, and I like this dude. I'm not going to say his name because you probably know who he is. But like,
do I?
I just heard camera kick off. Yeah, you know, it was that one. The 3-way camera kicked off.
Oh.
But yeah, you know who he is.
Yeah.
Anyway, like when he's saying that, and I know he doesn't drink, but he was like putting this like fake show on, like he was drunk or something for the convention. Like he was almost acting like he was drunk. It was ridiculous. I'm like, what does that get you people? Like, cause then he's like grabbing random people out of the aisle, like, come on in, get tattooed. Like, whatever you got to do, bro. I don't care. But it was just weird to me to get talked to like I'm not a professional, like I'm not about my shit, like I'm not doing quality work.
How long ago was this?
The Atlantic City show. It was like 8 months ago or whatever. It was November, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like disrespect because I don't blast 1,000 pieces of flash out every day and I just spend a whole day doing one tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, I don't post it, but I do.
I guess it's just like more than one way to fucking skin a cat kind of thing. But
no, it's a culture thing. It's an old school thing.
Yeah.
Like guess what? The industry is different now.
Right.
There's a fine line.
But then I asked myself this, like, that's fine to be that way. Obviously, everybody can pick and choose what they want. But are you making $1,600 in your, doing?
Maybe they might be.
No.
It doesn't matter, right? But you should be.
And I would never say that.
Maximize your profit.
But I would never say that. But if you want to like come at me with bullshit, then you hit them with, you can fight fire with fire, I guess, or something.
I don't give people that, like, we're not going to have the time of day for you. Like, okay, don't worry about it then. Like, don't even give me a look. Like, let's not even talk about it. Like, okay, write me off as
but that's
someone that's more, like, I'm not more concerned with TikTok or fucking my Instagram than I am with giving a quality product. Right. But it felt like he wanted to lump me in with that generation. And I was like, this ain't the same thing, bro. Yeah. We're not doing the same shit. And I was trained by an old school guy.
Right.
I was taught coils. I know how to tune coil machines. I know how to replace springs and front springs, and I know how to deal with that shit. Right. I worked with needle bar. I never soldered my own needles, but like,
you didn't make a jig?
I didn't make a jig, no. But I came up from scratch from a guy who did all that, and like right. He machines his own parts. Like Mike knows all that shit. And guess what? He uses a fucking rotary now. Right. So
right.
If why would you use a hand saw when a circular saw exists? Like, why wouldn't you want to upgrade what experience you can give to your client?
Right.
And that goes for marketing too. You're gonna get mad at people because they're using TikTok to further themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. I do think there's like a line that should be drawn. Like, you heard about that like Tattoo Gate thing where the girl was like charging people for consultations and then charging people for the hours she spent doing the art and then charging people like crazy numbers for their tattoo. Did you hear about that?
I heard one about Russ Abbott.
He wasn't.
I don't know.
So they're
if it has anything to
connected.
do
They're
with
connected, but he wasn't he was doing a course about maximizing your profitability. If you're in demand, you should be getting paid more.
Right.
Like, and there's right ways and wrong ways to go about that. What he was saying was misconstrued, and then somebody took it and ran with it in Canada.
But I saw even what you're talking about. I didn't see that, but what I saw from what he was, that whole thing.
Yeah.
I still say if you're willing to pay it.
At the end of the day, art is worth what someone's willing to pay for.
Nobody's breaking someone's
right?
arm to give him what he's asking.
Right.
So
art is worth what
you
people
think
are
it's
willing to spend.
if you think you got to be an idiot to do it, whatever, then people are idiots. If you think that it's overpriced, then you don't have to. But why are you going to hate on somebody for
right
getting their money?
Yeah, and I don't have a problem.
Just like
with
the
maximizing.
$100,000 anesthesia back pieces. Listen, if you got it
and you want to spend it,
yeah, I'm gonna get mad at this guy because he's able to make that.
right?
I don't give a fuck.
So the guy that did my hand, this other hand, not the you did one hand, somebody else did the other.
Yeah.
All right, he has curated himself in such a way where he's in demand with NBA stars. He's traveling around doing all these professional athletes. His work's amazing. He's really good. There's other guys that are on my list just as good, just as amazing.
Better.
That have you could say better or different,
Right.
more unique, whatever. They're not charging what he's charging. They're not making what he's making. He's a
that's what I'm
brilliant
saying, like-
he's a brilliant mind for advertising and marketing.
There's a guy up our way that is he's tight with like professional athletes, and he gets a lot of hate, and I'm like,
Let him,
Bro,
Let him get his work in.
what
man.
the fuck is he doing wrong? No, he's not like
I know who you're talking about.
so cocky.
Nah, he's cool. Old sombrero hat guy.
Yeah, he's not overly cocky. He's not.
He's quiet actually. He's not.
Dude,
even-
I know. He does
like
tattoos
him.
and he builds his brand. Like I
Yeah.
don't see anything. I don't see anything wrong with that.
No problems with him.
I heard a saying that I forget who the fuck said it. I think it was on Joe Rogan. Oh, I think it was David Goggins. Said you'll never find someone. You'll never find a hater doing better than you.
Isn't that funny? That is a good saying.
Yeah,
I like that.
and I look at that. So like, if someone's hating, they're
I find
kind of wishing,
they're wishing they could be as good as they want to.
not
they're
as
jealous.
good, but just in your position.
They're jealous. Yeah, they're jealous of something you're doing.
Right.
If someone's hating, and it's funny because I don't ever find myself
Is that on?
Yours.
Yeah, check it real quick.
Kev, you need to just buy the new camera. These interruptions, they're blowing my
Just
shit.
look at it.
All right, keep talking then. Entertain the folks while I look.
So,
Yeah,
do I got to pretend like you're still there?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't understand. Well,
Still going.
okay.
You want me to stop it and start it?
I don't know. Good.
It's going. Talk.
All right.
It's crazy. I'm not editing any of that out, Kev.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes,
All
you
the
are.
breaks for your camera are staying in, so you feel like
Fuck
you got
that,
a shitty
bro. Your
camera.
shit almost overheated the other day. You dropped my shit on his fucking.
No. Let's talk. Let's go through that. So my old camera, the one at the far back, the shot of both of us is my old camera.
Yeah.
That one overheats and stops around 40 minutes every episode. So people will notice the end of the episode is always my camera, your camera, not the third camera. My new camera never overheats. It's solid. Your camera fell because your tripod leg was boof.
It gave out.
It gave away.
Gave away. What's another bullet point?
Oh, you want another bullet point?
Yeah.
This is the last one.
Okay.
Have you gotten any feedback from the listener?
Yeah.
I have too.
I'm thinking we're starting to get like a core little, the people that look forward to it.
And we love them.
Pat loves it.
Pat listens. My brother.
He was pissed that it wasn't out yet.
My brother today.
Tom?
He's like, yo, every Monday morning, where are you guys at? What the fuck? He's like, it's supposed to come out Sunday, and I listen Monday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was upset.
There's him, a couple other people, the poop guy.
Judge Nia Wait, Christian sent me, your boy, the poop guy.
Yeah.
He sent me a video.
Of poop?
No.
What?
He was freestyling. He sent me a freestyle on video.
On Instagram?
Yeah, so I get a message from him, and I don't know what it is. It just says the play button.
Yeah.
So I click it, and he's in like a cutless or a cut off shirt, sleeveless. And he said something. His bars went something like wearing a sleeveless shirt like B.Cass, blah blah blah. I don't know what else he said. And then he goes, not like Kevbo, because he's a lesbo. And then he was saying some other shit, and it was entertaining. I rewatched it.
That's Christian, the
poop
lit god. Well,
the Henny god.
And the Henny god, yeah.
Now, you call him that because you tattooed Henny on him? A bottle?
He loves Hennessy. I did tattoo a bottle.
I remember.
I tattooed Old Dirty Bastard on him, too.
Did you?
And a Wu-Tang, the purple tape, I think it was.
Yeah. I do feel like...
Something like that. Maybe someone else did that, and I did something near it. Or I think he got an autograph from one of the guys.
Yeah, and
I tattooed that.
That's cool. I feel like this episode is just inherently going to be the tattoo episode because we talked convention, we're talking tattoos.
Yeah.
It's just what it's going to be.
Well, we're tattoo artists. I mean.
Yeah, but like this episode is specifically very tattoo heavy.
Yeah.
It's like a heavy tattoo.
It's like a heavy-handed tattoo.
Who's the heaviest hand you ever been tattooed by? Who hurt the most? Be honest. Be for real. Who gave you the most painful tattoo you got?
You.
I don't have the heavest hand.
I don't think you have the heaviest hand. It was just in one of the most painful spots.
All right, let's talk about hand weight.
It was this one, bro.
Kev, I know the tattoo you're talking about, the one I did on your dick. Right?
Yeah.
The one I did?
Yeah.
Okay, not that one.
Right next to my...
on the frenum.
Right next to my frenum.
You foeing them.
Yeah.
You're friending them.
The exotic.
So what, your inner bicep was your most painful? That was from me?
Both of them.
I didn't do both of them.
I know, but both of those were probably my least comfortable tattoos.
How about the heaviest hand you've ever had?
I don't know. Pete hit me with that fucking Cuban on my leg. That was those outlines. But
I don't know. I got hit. Craig did the Cuban on my entire ribs and my armpit and my foot.
I don't like my legs though.
Right. Well, where's the most painful spot you have?
I don't know. People think my throat. It wasn't.
No.
No.
Throats don't hurt.
Throat, neck. No. I don't know, bro. I don't think any of them have been overly fucking. You know what I mean? I think they all suck.
What's the longest session?
And I think as soon as they're done with the last wipe, the last needle, like they lift the needle off for the last time, they don't hurt anymore.
What's the longest session you did?
I did 3 days in a row on my leg.
How many hours?
22 hours.
So it was like 7 hours a day, something like that.
Yeah, it was like 8, 6, and 10 or something, whatever the fuck it was.
That's long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty long.
Yeah.
My longest was 12, which ain't too far off of that.
Was it on your back? Or
I did 12 on the ribs, 12 on my leg.
What about when Jake did your back?
10 hours a day. I think one day was like 9. This is like 29 hours or something.
Yeah.
And my front was pretty similar.
Yeah, they're both, all of them. All your tattoos are fucking. I don't think you have one bullshit tattoo.
No. Yeah, every one I got was from somebody of note.
Yeah. How's your hand?
It's great, actually. I've gotten a lot of compliments on that. Everybody loves a gradient, Kev.
We got to really get in there again, though.
Yeah, of course you do. But, you know, I don't like the fingers. They're my least favorite. They hurt the most to me.
I guess now I'm thinking about it, my hand is probably...
My hand didn't bother me.
The edges?
Fingers.
No, the edges around it. Oh, my goodness. But then again, it's like so small that I can't say it like was the worst.
Yo, Fran zapped me pretty good, actually. I let him do the top of my other foot. And he got me... I was fine. I sat through it. But afterwards, I was like, motherfucker really got in there.
He was payback.
Really getting in there, bud.
Have you ever tattooed him?
Yeah, a couple times. I did stuff on his calf. Yeah.
He's got trunks too.
Yo, what's up with Fran's trunks? Can we talk about it? He's got
They're
some
fucking
thick boys.
hefty.
What's going on there?
It's like a stack of fucking basketballs.
It's like he's carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. He's got quads the size of my torso. It's crazy. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know, man. I think I'm out of bullet points. Is there any more? Oh, I do want to say one more thing about the show. But I forgot what it was. I had something good to say. It was in my head earlier, and I was like, "Oh, we have to come back to that."
Running through my head.
I don't remember now.
Pete was grinding.
He stayed busy.
Every time I went over there, he was fucking grinding.
So busy this weekend. Yeah. He did what you're supposed to do, man.
Made some bread.
Yeah. He's got a style that lends itself really well to like
Just
to
banging
conventions.
them out.
Yeah, like he's got line drawings out, flash out.
And they're all like his shit, most of them. So he's familiar with it.
Yeah.
He already thought about how he's going to shade it.
He didn't bring his tablet. It was flash only for the whole weekend. So you just pick something off the thing.
That's smart.
Yeah.
It's tablet and ink or flash and ink.
That's it.
He's nasty.
Yeah. Which is cool. And then, Craig worked the booth with us. Craig's insanely talented. He just takes a few markers, whips up some shit, and then puts something so sick on people.
Yeah.
I mean, so clean, quick, and efficient.
He's looking to come down here, ain't he?
I think full time, yeah. Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. We got a good convention, though. But I'm sweating my tits off, Kev, and we're at the hour mark.
All right.
Yeah,
Close
we can
it
wrap
out.
it up. Close it out. That's the tattoo episode, the convention episode.
Getting dicks, right? Getting dicks, right?
Every dick on the block is mine. Every dick on the block is mine. Every dick block. Every dick block. The block
Dicks, right?
the block
Dicks, right?